Anna told me and my husband, Robert, to leave the house if we weren't going to help with the housework, despite giving our son and his wife a monthly allowance of around $33,000. Anna often made hurtful comments that affected us deeply. Although usually sociable and smiling, Anna's cold words surprised us and caused a strain in our relationship. One day, her words brought us to tears, and our resentment towards her continued to grow. As a 62-year-old housewife, I live peacefully with my always smiling and gentle husband, Robert. Our son, Kevin, is compassionate like his father and has a successful career in the city, where he met Anna and fell in love. When Anna first visited our home, she left a strong impression as a lively and charming woman. We wholeheartedly blessed their marriage, but her behavior towards us has caused a rift in our family. Upon marrying, Anna decided to resign from her job and assume responsibility for all the household chores. Kevin appeared appreciative of Anna's assistance, enabling him to concentrate on his work. I can depend on Anna, and she's managing the household well. Thanks to her, work has become even more pleasurable. We, particularly I, were genuinely delighted that our son, Kevin, had embraced such a gracious wife. However, I discovered through Anna that individuals can have a completely different persona once they discard their external facade. During a Christmas gathering, I was taken aback by how much she had transformed from the previous image I had of her. Anna used to be a gentle brunette who perfectly embodied the attributes of a well-mannered woman, but now she exhibited vibrant blonde hair, daring makeup, and flamboyant accessories. She resembled a young person following the latest fashions, causing us to do a double take. Both my husband and I couldn't conceal our surprise, and other relatives also inquired in unison, Anna, is that the current trend? Kevin considerately defended Anna's altered style, remarking, apologies for the abrupt change. But since Anna is a homemaker, she doesn't need to be concerned about her appearance. She's rediscovering herself and embracing her new image. Moreover, she remains dedicated to her household duties, so I believe it's acceptable for her to dress as she pleases. I nodded and replied, if Kevin comprehends and embraces Anna, we should as well. We were simply taken aback, not meaning to censure her. However, Anna later consumed excessive alcohol at a gathering and began to create a disturbance while being inebriated. She bragged, I defeated 3 schoolmates in junior high, don't cross me, and made disrespectful remarks even to us older individuals. Why not perish earlier, old annoyances? No one desires your existence. Frankly, her statements were both astonishing and painful. Regardless of how much you consume alcohol, you should not utter words that trample on others' emotions. I was silently wishing that Anna would comprehend this. My spouse's expression was clearly darkened by astonishment and fury. Kevin as well, unable to conceal his bewilderment at Anna's words and actions, gently advised Anna to relax a bit and apologize. It's not appropriate to make such comments in front of everyone. Nevertheless, Anna, like a sulky child, adopted a challenging stance even towards Kevin. Kevin, you always delegate household matters to me, correct? If it's you with your lack of strength, I can easily handle you. And her determination only intensified, and she ended up expressing dissatisfaction to the individuals present. Everyone was unable to conceal their surprise and perplexity at her conduct. Ultimately, Anna drifted off to sleep for a while due to the alcohol, and during that period, tranquility was somewhat restored. But it is obvious that everyone was annoyed with Anna. Some relatives congregated, whispering about Anna's behavior. Anna was discussing overpowering her classmates earlier. Was she a bit unruly in the past? I assumed Anna was a solid individual since she graduated from a renowned university. The relatives voiced their concerns, but do you truly aware of her past? Are you certain she's that earnest? Why not verify it? I pondered. Yes, that's a good suggestion. Kevin also contemplated and confirmed. Yes, I'll ensure to check. When I engaged a detective agency to examine Anna's background, an unexpected fact surfaced. In middle school, Anna was the head of a small group, and individuals who knew her back then always heeded her. In high school, she seemed much more subdued outwardly, but her ties with her middle school companions were still profound. It turned out that when Kevin was at work, she had been inviting those old friends to the house and causing disturbance for the neighbors. Discovering this unfamiliar aspect of Anna, everyone was speechless with amazement. Kevin was even contemplating separation, but Anna seemed genuinely regretful and implored with tears, "I won't do it again. Please reconsider the divorce." She then erased contacts from her phone in front of Kevin, severing communication with friends from her delinquent days. She also phoned each of the relatives she had upset during the Christmas incident to apologize. I received an apology call from her as well, and her sincere words made me start to comprehend her a bit more. Kevin accepted her heartfelt apology and decided not to proceed with the divorce. I encountered Anna again during the summer. She had become more reticent and seemed transformed. I thought she must have matured, and I wanted to bolster her. However, life is uncertain. One day, while I was on duty, I attempted to lift something heavy and suddenly experienced intense discomfort in my spine. A coworker nearby promptly escorted me to a medical facility, and I received a diagnosis of a herniated disc. Upon informing Kevin of this, he made an unforeseen suggestion. "Why not cohabit with both of you? It will be more secure with us around, especially since you're both not getting any younger. It would be inconvenient if something unforeseen occurs in the future." I was initially taken aback by his words, but I was actually contemplating the same idea, so I was content with his consideration. As the pain alleviated slightly, the entire family assembled to deliberate on the matter comprehensively. Subsequently, Kevin and Anna concluded residing in our residence. Our dwelling is expansive, and I reasoned that cohabiting and aiding each other wouldn't be unfavorable. With Anna's assistance, the new living arrangement was progressing smoothly. Anna was assisting with half of the household chores, which made my responsibilities much more manageable. My spouse and I resolved to contribute $3,000 each month to assist with the household expenditures. Although it's a substantial sum for someone working part-time, I desire to support the family to the greatest extent possible. However, I commenced observing alterations in Anna. She frequently mentioned, "I'm feeling a bit unwell," and requested my help with household tasks. Initially, I thought it was typical for individuals to have good and bad days, so I assisted her. But I started to sense something was amiss. She appeared quite well during meals, and she frequently went out during the day. Maybe she was presently feeling well. I inquired Anna, "I regret to ask, but I'm a tad curious. Are you genuinely feeling unwell? You frequently go out, so have you been improving?" I inquired with a slight grin. Her eyes gleamed, and she responded rather indignantly, "What are you questioning me? Do you want me to strike you?" I was taken aback that Anna would speak to me like that, but from the tone of her words, I sensed a glimpse of her determined side from the past. Anna gazed at me with some amusement and remarked, astonished, "I just recalled the old me. Until now, I've been portraying the role of a reserved woman, but I can't endure it any longer. I'll start revealing my true self, and if you oppose, it won't end well." I pondered if Anna used to be like this in the past. I was somewhat daunted by her, but having had various experiences in my life, I summoned the courage to express to her, "Anna, please don't inconvenience me any further. This is our home, and we should be thoughtful of each other. If it leads to trouble and escalates into a crime, I won't hesitate to notify the police." Anna appeared somewhat surprised and appeared to be contemplating my words. "Oh, be quiet. What are you talking about?" And a sudden eruption startled my spouse and Kevin, who emerged wide-eyed, wondering what was happening. It was the weekend, so they appeared to have been unwinding in the living room. "What's wrong with Anna?" I casually conveyed the reason for her anger, and the expressions on my spouse's and Kevin's faces darkened. "Why don't we relax and discuss it?" My spouse proposed, and the four of us gathered. He gazed at Anna and said gently, "Maggie is surprised. Perhaps you should apologize." But Anna didn't appear inclined to accept the suggestion at all, shrugging her shoulders proudly. "Why do I need to apologize to this elderly woman? I relocated here to get some assistance with this and that, but you know what? It's completely different from my expectations. That's why I'm just a little irritated. It's okay to say anything to the useless elderly individuals, right?" The three of us were astonished by her words. We had no clue she was here for such a reason. Anna continued, "From now on, I'll do as I want. You're not needed anymore. You old people are just a nuisance. Just leave." Her words utterly infuriated me. How could I live with such an individual from now on? Not just me. My spouse was also upset, and with an expression of deep anger I had never seen before, he said, "Then we'll depart right now." I resolved in my heart to sever ties with Anna and responded, "Yes, I'll leave with you." We couldn't take the furniture and large items right away, so we decided to come back for them later, and we departed the house. Kevin decided to stay at home for the time being. He wanted to converse with Anna. I respected his decision. My spouse and I determined to change our mood and stayed at a nearby affordable hotel. It was sudden after all, and it's less tiring and more comfortable than staying at someone's house. The hotel seemed just right as a temporary shelter. The following day, I got more than 20 successive calls from Anna on my mobile phone. I considered disregarding them, but I yielded to her persistence, thinking it might be something significant, and responded just once. "Hello, Maggie, I want to speak with you." Her voice from the other end of the phone sounded indulged. I sensed a bit of playfulness or something. She acted as if nothing had occurred yesterday, and I was surprised by the contrast. I thought about Anna's multiple facets, wondering how many personalities does she have, feeling that conversing with her over the phone would be just exhausting. I said, "I can't talk now," and quickly hung up. After that, I barred all incoming calls from Anna. My husband also blocked her contacts. Around noon, I received a call from Kevin. "Mom, you might be surprised, but I've divorced Anna. I informed her this morning after I left the house, and I've submitted the divorce papers." Her reaction was as expected, saying, "Try it if you want." But I went ahead without hesitation. I was relieved at my son's decision and was proud of his bravery. Considering Anna's various attitudes and yesterday's events, it was a natural outcome. When I told him about Anna's flirtatious phone call, he was also surprised, saying, "She did that to you too." Kevin gradually revealed more surprising facts. Anna used to act cute to try and reconcile when things weren't going well with her ex-boyfriend. It's incomprehensible that she's trying to overcome things the same way at her age. Indeed, that's unexpected. I assumed that perhaps Anna, in spite of her education, still possessed the heart of a girl. Then Kevin brought even more surprising news. Not only that Anna had another man besides me. What, really? Lately, Anna started going out more frequently. She said she was weary, but she seemed quite energetic. So I became a little suspicious and engaged a detective agency. And then I discovered she was socializing with a man I didn't know. I even obtained photographs. When I viewed the image that Kevin sent via smartphone, Anna was brightly smiling, happily interacting with a young man. The man's hair was green, and he looked somewhat stylish. When I mentioned the alimony to Anna, she reacted nonchalantly, which is just like her. Naturally, I will also demand it from the person she had an affair with. Why did she call me then? Maybe she got a little panicked. She probably didn't think I would actually leave her. She always thought I would be by her side. Perhaps she wanted to find out where you and Dad were. If she knew your location, she might be able to find mine too. I smiled and said, I have zero intention of listening to her troublesome requests, but I sincerely wanted to do my best for your happiness. Upon hearing Kevin's account, I felt it was best to maintain a distance from Anna. My spouse, Kevin, and I found a new starting point for our life. We resolved to reside in a comfortable-looking apartment, envisioning our new daily life as a trio. There were many memories in that house, but we opted to market it, considering it was somewhat too roomy for Kevin. Perhaps an apartment would be preferable. I'm thrilled about the fresh start, stated Kevin, optimistic about the new surroundings. Anna would forfeit the residence she resided in, but that was no longer our worry. When we visited our former home to gather our possessions, accompanied by a family member who willingly assisted us, she greeted us with an odd grin. I've been contemplating on my own. I need to save money, and I don't wish to make spousal support payments. So I figured it's preferable to be together. Being solitary feels isolated. How about cohabiting once more? Taken aback by her words, yet observing no sign of remorse or introspection on her actions, our patience reached its limit. Anna, I have no desire to entertain your appeals. If you want to have a serious discussion, I want you to express your emotions appropriately. And I don't appreciate your demeanor, my husband calmly informed her. Fulfill the spousal support obligations. We plan to hand over this place to new individuals, so depart. Our relationship will not revert to its previous state. I'm embarking on a new chapter, so let's both pursue our paths independently. Anna smiled ruefully. Honestly, I thought life would be simpler if I wedded Kevin since he has a steady income. But now, I genuinely care about Kevin. I want the four of us to reunite. Despite her words, our resolve to embrace the future without her was resolute. Our accompanying family member, who had remained silent until his patience wore thin, finally raised his voice. Anna, truly, you're incredible. You're terrible. If you wish to express that you're more powerful than others, then challenge me. By the way, I used to excel at judo, so I'm quite self-assured. He approached Anna with a mischievous expression, almost taunting her with his gaze. A hint of force radiated from his entire body. This relative in his early 30s was muscular and had exceptional athletic abilities. According to him, he had participated in national judo competitions. He took on the role of exerting some force on Anna during this incident. Taken aback by his commanding presence, Anna said, I don't want to engage in a conflict with you, a troubled expression on her face. Anna, why don't you consider others' feelings more before you act and speak? Also, apologize sincerely and pledge not to get involved with them anymore. Anna lowered her head slightly, like a child, and said, I apologize. I'll pack my belongings now. Additionally, I'll give away all of my unnecessary personal possessions. I'll leave immediately, so I'm sorry. With that, she hurriedly left the scene. The relative jokingly remarked, Anna is somewhat amusing, isn't she? She's bold towards people who appear weak, but she quickly retreats when faced with a slightly stronger opponent. We also shared a laugh and savored the atmosphere in that moment. After Anna departed, the moving process went more smoothly than expected, and we were able to embark on a new life in our new home. It appeared that Anna also began a new life in a new location. The conflicts between Kevin and her were gradually progressing towards a solution. Anna ultimately agreed to the spousal support quietly with the assistance of a lawyer. It appeared that the comments from her relatives truly mirrored her character. I recently learned about Anna's predicament. Although I have not met her in person, I discovered through the news on domestic violence about her apprehension. Additionally, considering the hearsay from acquaintances and neighbors, along with my own observations, I envisioned the kind of days Anna had been enduring. It appears she has been facing hardships due to the spousal support payments. Her beloved savings had nearly depleted. When she attempted to embark on a new life with the individual she was involved with, that individual abruptly ceased all communication. Subsequently, she pursued a new job, but resigned shortly after due to some issues with her employer. She encountered financial hardship and even approached us, but our family kept a distance from her, so we refrained from getting entangled in her predicaments. Anna endeavored to seek assistance from old friends for her financial woes, but it seemed there was no one willing to aid her among those familiar with her. Then she provoked a significant altercation with one of them and was apprehended. Upon learning about her situation afterward, we felt she should be remorseful. She had engaged in various activities in the past, so it had eventually led to this. She has frequently caused disturbances since her school days, so I trust she acknowledges this stern reality and contemplates her actions. Our family is enjoying our days at leisure, the three of us as parents and son. We have intentions to go on a trip together, and we are eagerly anticipating it. Getting on famously. Our present abode, the flat, is more compact than a residence, so it doesn't require much time to tidy, and it's convenient to reside in because of its prime location. Ever since relocating here, our everyday existence has become even more pleasurable. I aim to keep generating numerous enjoyable moments with my family.